Hey, how you doing? This is Tom, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show, and we're back again, testing record capability of these software packages for SDR radios. Well, I know that's a misnomer, because SDR is software-defined radio, and I'm saying software-defined radio. So, sorry about that. We did a test in a previous video of SDR Uno software using my SDR Play 1, and found that when I'm capturing a bandwidth of 8 megahertz, it only recorded 30 seconds before it filled up 1 gigabyte on my hard drive. When I reduced that to a bandwidth of 2 megahertz, it recorded for 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Still pretty excessive, but not too bad. It's doable if you have like 400 gigabytes of hard drive space. So now we're running HDSDR, and we're going to do a similar test. What I discovered, oh, by the way, if you notice that my audio is better, please let me know. I've changed microphones, and hopefully that was the problem. I did drop the other microphone when I was moving. Also, I don't think I had used that microphone on this particular computer. And so we've switched now from a microphone that has the the microphone input to a similar microphone, but it's USB. So hopefully that's fixed that problem. I don't know. Plus, I still have a sinus infection. Okay, go back to the adventure at hand, and that is to test HDSDR recording capability. So we're ready to go. We've got a bandwidth of 2 megahertz. And I think I was about to say a few seconds ago, before I got off track, that I can't run this program, HDSDR, with my SDR Play at a bandwidth of 8 megahertz. Let's see if I can illustrate that right now. Okay, let me turn the volume back up.
Bay and inland waters a moderate chop. Wednesday night, south winds 5 to 10 knots.
So that's the NOAA weather station.
15 knots after midnight.
And I've got a bandwidth of 2 megahertz.
Bay and inland
I'm going to change the bandwidth.
Thursday, south
There's your 2 megahertz. Now I'm going to try 4. Yeah, see there? It can't keep up. So I'm going to have to restrict it to 2.
Friday.
Now back to normal now.
15 knots. Seas
And I've got an output of 48,000.
A chance of showers.
That's the audio.
Your coastal waters forecast.
Let me turn this down. And, you know, as I mentioned before, SDR Uno was written for the SDR Play. HDSDR, they provided the drivers for HDSDR. When I say they, the people at SDR Uno or SDR Play. So it's working, but it doesn't work at the higher bandwidth. Anyway, so we're going to try to compare 2 megahertz to 2 megahertz. So we're set up 2 megahertz. Going down here to the record function, and I'm going to do a record. Now, this program has numerous options under record, which I'll show you in a few minutes. So let's just start the test. Now, this program also shows you down here the elapsed time, the size of the file, and the remaining hard drive space. So I don't need to use my little timer. So we're going to let it continue until it gets up to 1 gigabyte file and see how many seconds it recorded. Now there's probably many other parameters in this program and the other program that can affect this file size, but I have no idea what they might be except bandwidth. That's the only one I know. All right, we're just past a quarter of a gigabyte. You know, it's really hell getting old. I find myself saying the wrong term so many times. In my memory, I can't remember what day of the week it is. Let's see. We are almost up to a half a gigabyte, and we're up to a minute. Seems to be running about the same as in SDR Uno. Now, I don't know the file format on SDR Uno. I think it's a WAV file, even though it's recording the RF, which means it's recording everything out of the radio, which you can play it back just like you were listening to the radio real time. All right, let's see. We're at 0.7 gigabytes, and we're a minute and 35 seconds. I like this little indicator down here, what's going on with the file size and everything. Each one of these programs have nice features about that program. None of them have all of them. So I'm always going from program to program, SDR Uno, HDR, SDR, SDR Console, SDR Sharp. They all have different features. All right, we're coming up on 1 gigabyte there, which was 2 minutes and 11 seconds. That's comparable to SDR Uno, which was 2 minutes and 15 seconds. About the same, about the same. Now, let me show you the options. Let me stop this. Now, if we right-click on this record button, it brings up the options. This is HDSDR. So you got all these options. You can record the RF, the IF, or just the audio. Of course, if you record just the audio, the file is going to be smaller. And then you have different formats that the file can be in. Let me just show you here the pull down. It can be a WinRAR, which I think is WAV, can be RAW, and it can be Perseus. I don't know what Perseus is. Then you can also set the sample type, and this is the resolution of the data, which will affect the file size. I just set it to auto. Then you can you can split the file based on certain conditions. And down here it says, please note, other programs can't read WAV files greater than 2 gigabytes or 4 gigabytes. And then here it says, files greater than 4 gigabytes need FTS format or extended FAT format of your hard drive. So that's why you would have to split the files up if you're recording for a long time. So you can split it up based on these conditions. No split, by minute, by hour, by megabyte each day in UTC, each day in local time. Lots of options. And then you can set like here, if the default is by megabyte, you can set how many megabytes will it save to a file before it starts another file. And it starts the other file automatically. It splits it up. So if, for instance, if you're only recording the audio, you can play back that audio on other programs than this program. So that's why you'd want to split up the files. Okay. Also, you can set up a recording schedule. And you can set up multiple days, multiple times. Use these parameters down here to put in the entries. And very, very versatile. I did get a comment from one of my viewers about SDR Uno, that when I said that SDR Uno only has the one save format, he informed me that a newer version of SDR Uno is coming out that will have more formats and more options under recording. I hope it's as extensive as this program. And that's the beauty of an SDR compared to just a standalone radio, is since you're doing most of the functions of the SDR in a software package, that software package can be modified, add to whatever. And, you know, these programs, SDR Sharp, SDR Console for sure, SDR Uno and HDSDR and many other programs are changing all the time. I mean, Simon, who writes SDR Console, is constantly working on his program to improve it, add enhancements. Pretty slick. All right, let's close this. I think we're done. And hopefully my audio from my microphone has improved. Hopefully I've solved that problem. I messed with that problem for 3 or 4 hours yesterday and an hour this morning, and I finally said, okay, I'm going to change. The last thing I'm going to change the microphone. Maybe when I drop the microphone, or that microphone didn't like this computer because it's using that microphone that I had before is using the microphone analog input. The microphone I'm using now is using a USB input. Hopefully that has improved things. Anyway, if you enjoyed the show and you like more shows like this where I'm looking at different SDR programs and different features, please give me a thumbs up, and better yet, send me leave a comment. I'd appreciate that. Also, if you take the time to give me a thumbs up, and what would be spectacular if you would share this video on the internet via Google Plus, via Twitter, whatever. I'd appreciate that, because we want to grow our user, our listener, our viewer database so that we have more people that are much more intelligent than me about these programs, providing information and correcting me or whatever. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Now, what I have to do is, I found out, I have to close this program so that I can use F9 to stop my recorder, because HDSDR also uses F9. So, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.